Hi, I'm Derek B., editor of the Tribune, back here with you today for another edition of our recurring feature, Tomorrow's News, where I tell you a little bit about what you can expect to read in the next morning's newspaper. It's Thursday, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about Friday morning's edition, although you can find all these stories online tonight at perutribune.com. In our lead story, Chad Abshire went over to the Miami County Courthouse this morning for Circuit Court, where Shane Galitko of Bunker Hill, a 24-year-old, pled guilty to murder, but mentally ill as well. Galitko, as part of the plea agreement, is going to face a 45-year sentence, which is the minimum for murder in Indiana. Sentencing is in December. There was a lot of talk about this on our Facebook page today after we posted that Galitko had come to this agreement. From his family saying that they were glad that all this was over, people saying that it was a shame that he wasn't able to get mental help, and that the prison sentence might help him rehabilitate. We actually wrote about this as well in our editorial today, saying that in this case and in some other recent cases like Sandy Hook Elementary School or the Washington Navy Yard, we really need to keep in mind that there are still people out there who have mental health issues who we should be getting the help they need so that we can prevent more of these tragedies. Galitko pled guilty to the murder of 76-year-old Kokomo Scoutmaster Arthur Anderson in August of 2011 on the Nickel Plate Trail in front of Scouts. In our display story, I went last night to the Downtown Peru Christmas Open House, which was a great time. They had a parade out there with the mayor and with Santa Claus, with a lot of local businesses and organizations. They also had businesses open. They were doing stamps for the Chamber's stamp contest, where if an attendee got 25 stamps, they could turn in their form to the Chamber, and they'll be part of a drawing on Monday for $1,000 in prizes. There's also a toy drive going, also sign up for the Tri-Kappa Jingle Bell 5K run. And of course, Santa's house opened on the Miami County Courthouse doorstep. There was a big line there to see Santa. Really an exciting time. And we hope that if you missed the Christmas open house on Wednesday night, you're able to come downtown Friday or Saturday. There are some merchants who will still have deals going on. Or starting next Friday, to see Santa at his house on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays through Christmas. Lower on the page, I wrote a preview of Coordinated Assistant Ministries' Great American Sleepout, which is coming up tomorrow night. Friday night, that is. This is an event where they're going to, for the first time ever, they're going to get a lot of local people together, and they're going to have them sleep on the lawn of the old firehouse at Miami and Main Streets in cardboard boxes. It's an event to raise funds and to raise awareness for the homeless, which Mayor Jim Walker said is not such a big issue in terms of folks living under bridges or that kind of thing, but maybe in folks sofa surfing or just generally needing some assistance to keep their places. Finally, we have a story actually from our friends in Wabash. Eric Seaman went over to Heartland Career Center, where some students got some hands-on experience with helicopters. And we'll have a story from the Associated Press on the 50th anniversary of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. In addition to that front page story, we have a whole page inside the paper with stories from me and from Chad Abshire, and also from Scott Cousins over in Frankfurt, about JFK and his legacy and how it's still being felt in Indiana to this day. We also had an update on a story from earlier in the week where a man left his garage unlocked and the keys in his truck, and it was stolen. That truck has been found. Unfortunately for him, it was crashed into a fence and abandoned there. The car's worth about $15,000, and the damage is between 5 and 10. So we certainly hope that he'll be able to get that damage repaired, and it won't cause too many huge disruptions in his life. Inside the paper, we have the full story from Wednesday's Mechanical School Board meeting, which Eric Stoff went to. He was out today, but he still wrote that story for us. I talked last night about the grants they received. There were also a lot of students honored at that for fall sports or for FFA. A lot of great extracurricular activities they have going on over there. The board president actually said that the things that he remembered from high school were really the extracurriculars he was a part of. I thought that was really touching and spoke a lot about the importance of those activities for students. Finally, on the sports page, speaking of those athletes, the Peru Tigers unfortunately lost Wednesday night hosting Southwood. Nick Roby was there. He tells you all about how they ended up at the 72-49 final score. The Tigers are now 0-3. They'll host Western tomorrow night, going again for their first win. And we'll have coverage of that in our papers later on this week. As always, you can find all of those stories in tomorrow's Tribune. You can find them tonight at PeruTribune.com. You can see content of ours on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. Find me and our reporters on Twitter. Until tomorrow, that's tomorrow's news. I'm Derek B. Have a great Friday.